It's a sweltering summer night in Pearl, Mississippi, and 27-year-old Skylar Burnley decides to head over to a friend's house to hang out with some buddies for the weekend.
Skylar had an acquaintance, Travis Brewer. Travis lived closer to the Brandon area of the county.
An area with little to no crime.
It is such a safe place to live.
But that's all about to change. At 1 a.m. on a Saturday, a 911 call comes in to the Rankin County Sheriff's Department. A call that's never been released before now.
Sheriff's Department.
On the other end of the line is Skylar's friend Travis Brewer, claiming his truck is missing.
I was wondering, last night I had my truck out in the driveway, and this one of my buddies took off in it, and he didn't come back.
He knew he left his phone in the truck, so he was trying to track his phone using an online application.
I called AT&T and I got them to give me an app. I downloaded an app so I could track my phone to see where the truck was at.
Travis says his common-law wife Amanda, their 4-year-old daughter, and Skylar all came along to help track his truck down.
Okay, now take me from there. This is according to Travis.
This is according to Travis. They go to an area of Rankin County not far from where they live and go down a gravel road, and they're in the woods basically on this gravel road.
And the reason why both Travis and Skylar are in this particular location, according to Travis, is because the phone GPS coordinates put them there.
That is correct.
This is where the search for Travis's missing truck takes a bizarre turn. During his 911 call, Travis tells the operator he just lost something else. Now he can't find his friend Skylar.
He walked off one side of the road. That was at 10 o'clock this morning. I walked off the other side of the road, and he's been gone ever since. I ain't been able to find him. I've been everywhere looking for him. I can't find him.
But how in the world do you lose a 27-year-old man in broad daylight at 10 o'clock in the morning?
I will tell you this, that Travis openly admits that the morning they went looking for the vehicle, both he and Skylar ingested methamphetamine.
The focus of the investigation suddenly flips from recovering a stolen truck to finding a missing person, Skylar Burnley. Right away, Skylar's mother receives the terrifying news.
I got a phone call from his dad, and I said, call 911 now. I'm on my way. I kept thinking all the way to Brandon. He's not missing. You know, you don't want to believe something like that.
But sadly, it appears to be true, and it's now Sunday and nearly 48 hours since anyone has heard from Skylar. Rankin County Sheriff's Department sets up a command post and quickly assembles a search team.
We had several deputies in the area. We called out some search dogs. We searched that patch of woods. Then we called in the Southwest Mississippi Search and Rescue Team.
Undersheriff Duke is on the scene holding news briefings for the ever-growing media presence. Reporters want to know about Travis Brewer, the man who called in the missing persons report.
He was unable to locate Sky. He returned to his residence and contacted the Sheriff's Department later that afternoon. Actually, it was 1 o'clock in the morning on Saturday to report that his vehicle had been stolen and recovered, but that his friend was now missing.
By Sunday afternoon, more than 100 first responders are on the ground scouring the thick woods.
We went ahead and brought in some ATVs. We had mounted search members out there. We had helicopters up with FLIR. FLIR is forward-looking infrared, so it's able to see heat signatures.
Meaning that if Skylar was in those woods, hurt, unconscious, or even dead, they could find him.
So even if he was down where he could not call us, if he was in this area, then there would be a deviation in the heat temperatures from his body to the ground, and they would have been able to pick him up with the FLIR.
But looking at maps of the area in question is one thing. I ask investigators if they will take me to the actual search area.
What's the significance of this location?
According to Travis, this is the last location that Skylar was seen before being reported missing.
As you scoured this area searching for Skylar, any signs of a disturbance, scuffle, blood spatter anywhere?
None whatsoever. We searched it thoroughly. The majority of this close proximity was searched on foot, doing a line and grid search. So it should have been detected if there was any sign of a disturbance out here.
Search and rescue teams covered close to 400 acres in a desperate search to find Skylar.
We searched that patch of woods probably more than I've seen us search any other patch of woods because we were that confident that he was out there.
But after days of searching, first responders come up empty-handed. Skylar's brother, who is a soldier in the U.S. Army, takes an emergency leave of absence to try to assist the authorities with finding his brother.
Any enemies that Skylar had that you can think of?
I don't know of any enemies that he would have had. My brother's a very likable fella. You know, everyone you ever met liked him.
Skylar appears to have simply vanished, but the case is about to make another stunning turn. Remember that cell phone Travis said he left in his truck?
I downloaded an app so I could track my phone to see where the truck was at.
Well, deputies found it.
We collected the phone.
But there is a problem. Turns out Travis's phone wasn't in his truck after all. It was just feet from his front yard all along.
So wait, so Travis's phone is in his own neighborhood?
Yes.
It's not in the woods?
No.
So there's no way that Travis and Skylar tracked his phone to the woods?
Absolutely no way.
27-year-old Skylar Burnley has vanished, disappearing while helping his friend Travis Brewer search for his missing truck and cell phone.
I've been everywhere looking for him.
During the 911 call, Travis tells the operator he was using an app he downloaded on Skylar's phone to track his cell phone that was in his truck.
I downloaded an app so I could track my phone to see where the truck was at.
There's just one problem,
The phone that they were tracking was never there.
and the reason deputies know for sure because they tracked down and arrested the man who stole Travis's truck.
Matthew McCoy is in our county jail for the 31st time. He's there as we speak today. He's in there for unrelated drug charges. He tells us now that he was so high that night that he doesn't remember half of what happened.
But Matthew McCoy tells cops he does remember one thing very clearly, tossing Travis's phone as he was taking off in Travis's truck.
He throws Travis's phone out the window because he's so high and paranoid that somebody's after him.
And you believe him?
I believe him.
But the undersheriff isn't just taking McCoy's word for it, and when deputies return to the area where Matthew says he ditched the device,
We collected the phone.
and it's nowhere near where Travis's truck was found or where Travis and Skylar went looking for it.
It's not in the woods.
No.
In fact, Travis's phone is discovered just feet from his own front door.
So there's no way that Travis and Skylar tracked his phone to the woods?
Absolutely no way.
Which begs the question, if they weren't tracking Travis's phone to find his truck, what were they doing out there in the woods?
None of it makes any sense.
Now that investigators have Travis's phone, they wonder if it can help lead them to Skylar.
Did what's called a forensic dump. So we basically send it off to a lab, have everything downloaded from the phone, looking at GPS locations, towers that it's connected to. That's how I'm able to say with such confidence that that phone was never there.
Unfortunately, the only thing the phone reveals is its location. Still, investigators are beginning to believe Skylar was lured into the woods.
Do you think Travis knew something?
I think he knows something. I think he does.
Investigators agree and bring Travis and his common-law wife, Amanda, down to the sheriff's department for interviews.
Okay, you obviously present this information to Travis and say, you're lying.
Yes.
His response?
He doesn't have a response. There is no good explanation. He can't give us a good explanation because it doesn't exist.
Investigators polygraph the couple, and when they ask Amanda about what happened to Skylar,
Amanda shows no deception. I don't know that she does know what happened, other than the fact Skylar was in that vehicle, Skylar exited that vehicle, and never returned to the vehicle.
but when they asked Travis if he knew what happened to Skylar,
It showed deception in his answer. He answered no. It showed deception.
investigators quickly pull a warrant to search Travis and Amanda's home.
We found some drug paraphernalia. So he and Amanda both were arrested on those charges and taken to the Rankin County Jail.
And while they sit behind bars, deputies uncover what they consider an odd clue.
He left a note on the door.
Turns out, after calling 911 to report Skylar missing, Travis drives over to Skylar's uncle's house and leaves a note on his door. Now, for the first time, investigators are releasing its contents to Crime Watch Daily.
It reads, Travis, Sky friend, he is missing. I'm worried something bad has happened.
But it's interesting, in the note he says he's afraid something bad has happened to Skylar.
I find that very interesting. Not Skylar's missing, not give me a call, need to talk to you about Skylar. But it specifically says, I'm worried something bad has happened.
The undersheriff wonders if it was just a strange choice of words or a guilty slip of the lip. Either way, he's certain of one thing. Travis and his family were the last known people with Skylar the day he disappeared.
We know that they were all together because they stopped at a local service station. We have them on video.
This is the video, and it too is being released for the first time in its entirety and only to Crime Watch Daily.
About 9:50 that morning, Travis goes inside the store with his daughter. Skylar goes inside the store. They buy some soft drinks and snacks.
Then the same store's outdoor security camera captures Skylar, Travis, and his daughter as they come out of the store and get into Amanda's dark compact car and drive away, headed towards the woods.
8 to 9 minutes later, we see them on that road via home surveillance. So we know the vehicle went there. We've driven that same track, and they would not have had time. In fact, they were probably speeding. They would not have had time to make any stops along the way.
But the burning question remains. How did Travis and Skylar end up in those woods? Even the undersheriff isn't sure, but he has a theory.
I think that Travis was ordered to take Skylar somewhere.
Ordered?
I believe so.
By whom?
Now that we don't know. I mean, we feel confident that there is a gang connection here also, that gang being the Simon City Royals. We're not able to confirm that.
What's their MO?
They are more of a predominantly Caucasian street gang. They are involved in drug trafficking, selling of narcotics.
If in fact this is gang related, if in fact there's a drug nexus, and if in fact foul play has come to Skylar, then it's no wonder Travis wouldn't talk.
And what's the possible connection to Skylar? According to his family, Skylar had an ongoing battle with addiction.
I knew that he'd used drugs before. He'd be clean for a year, year and a half, then he might fall off the wagon one time, then he'd be clean again for a year, and then he'd fall off the wagon again. So I mean, it's kind of hit or miss.
And Undersheriff Duke believes a relapse could have led to a drug deal gone wrong.
The lady that Skylar was with tells us the story that Skylar told her that he had just ripped off a drug dealer in Jackson and took a quantity of drugs from him, stiffed him for him basically.
But no matter who is responsible for Skylar's disappearance, the undersheriff believes one thing to be true.
There's no question in my mind that Travis Brewer is the key to solving this case.
From where I'm sitting, that puts him as a prime suspect.
Yes, absolutely.
So he is. He's a suspect in Skylar's disappearance.
Absolutely. Travis will remain, in my mind, a suspect until we solve this case.
Travis led Skylar to his demise.
I truly believe that. If I could prove that, he would be in jail right now.
But you can't prove it.
I can't prove it.
It's a strong accusation by Undersheriff Duke. Our producers at Crime Watch Daily called Travis's attorney, but never heard back. I want to give Travis a chance to respond, so I head over to his home, where he and Amanda are living now.
Hi, my name's Jason with Crime Watch Daily. Is Travis here?
What do you want to know for?
We'd love just a few minutes to talk to him.
No, I don't want to be on TV.
Not you, it's Travis.
No, sorry.
No? You don't want to help the family? I mean, the family's really concerned. They look like Amanda, Travis's significant other. Jason Matera, Crime Watch Daily. Just a few minutes of your time. Hey, Travis. Hey. Jason Matera, Crime Watch Daily. We're doing a story on Skylar's disappearance. Your name came up with the undersheriff. We're hoping just for a few minutes of your time.
Man, I gave the undersheriff all the statements I'm looking for.
Oh, I know, but he actually made a serious accusation against you and said that you led Skylar into the woods to his demise. What's your response to that?
I'm not even...
Yeah, we have an attorney.
Okay, that's good.
Get off my property, please.
All right, we'll leave.
Travis Brewer and Amanda Morris have not been charged in any connection with Skylar's disappearance. Both maintain they have fully cooperated with investigators and claim they're innocent. But whoever is responsible for Skylar's disappearance, the Rankin County District Attorney, has a message for them.
Does your office believe that this is just a standard missing persons case, or do you think that foul play is involved?
We believe that foul play is involved. What I want those individuals to know is that we will never stop investigating this case, that we will one day be able to solve this case, and that once this case is solved, that arrests will be made and they will be held responsible for their actions, and that justice will prevail in this matter.
Where do you go from here?
Hopefully doing this show with Crime Watch Daily, we'll get a broader audience that may be beyond what we've already touched, and somebody somewhere will have some information that they can bring forward to us that'll lead us to the conclusion of this case.
But until then, Skylar's mother says she'll be praying for closure.
We just want to find him. We want answers so that we can put it to rest and be able to have a place to go. And as long as he's missing, we can't have a memorial. We can't have anything. There's nothing you can do as long as he's missing.
There's a $20,000 reward for information leading to Burnley's whereabouts. If you know anything, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers of Central Mississippi. The number is 1-601-355-TIPS.